A woman, her name is Light, to say people around you didn't care about you have a voice because of, no, the business didn't care. The racism of business, the racism of governments, the racism of communities, black culture in society, different mindsets is the problem here. Narcissist behavior is the problem. Other blacks telling other blacks, these are people in society that's stopping the conflict. These are narcissist behavior. Our own Governor Abbott and Trump is playing a part of it. Joe Biden putting the people before God. That's the difference between you talking about I didn't have a voice. Trump stuck by his people. Trump stuck by the black and white narcissists. Trump need the voters more than he need God. The definition of what I'm talking about, they count on the people mindset and spirit, but he don't count on God's spirit and mindset. He depend on them. And that's the difference with what I'm talking about. Like, if you're talking about those concepts, are the necessary things with those things, right? If we talking about those things. But if you got a narcissist community, black and white, and anger and manipulation in this world that can influence, say, it got about 300 employees that work at Walmart, and it can have a non-believer that's in that section, about 5 or 6 non-believers or 8 non-believers. That 8 or 9 believers can rub off on the believers. That's influence. That's influence, a manipulation, a belief system. That's the conflict of you mixing the believers up with the non-believers. You making sure they exist with each other. That's conflict. You mixing them up with each other. It's the people, it's the society, it's the government, it's the mayor. Look what the mayor. You gotta understand what these black people are saying in this society. Don't just put it on the people around you. You're playing mind games, woman. It's the society points of views. It's the society. It's the black and white was stuck up a woman that like a man with a car. He's a stuck up man. So you're putting those type of light and those type of petitions on you a woman, right? She's a woman, like, but you can get manipulated by other men. And right now, you can't tell that another man is in your mindset right now, manipulating you as a woman, as a black woman, a woman that got her own power to see what she want. How can you understand it? If you let men intimidate you and stop you from guidance, manipulating that part of you, those are the things, that's the conflict in the society of the realm. It's black and white, it's other people's opinion. Men with stuck up mindset, they fit in with the regulars. And you allow them to be a part of the society of hatred, of good. And that's the difference when you allow people, you allow people to do the things that they do. How can you understand that you allow the you allow people to do what they do, and you allow people to manipulate that conflict of you? It's the conflict of the manipulation of the mind. That's the problem. But you're a black woman, huh? I'm like the way you thinking. But I want her to tell me that she don't got a billion men in her mind right now. And that's the conflict as a woman. You got a billion men on your mind. You fight for attention, but you can't fight for one love and one mindset that rules all of the universe of the spirit. And we got, yes, and that's the diff. Oh, yes, I was screaming her. You can't fight for one universe and one spirit that control all of the universes. A man that sees more. They were to fight for something else, to do something else, baby. It's the society. It's the way Trump and Joe Biden. Trump had a job to do, but he takes the public side of the context of those things. He don't need God. He need the people. Joe Biden need these things. These people need these things. He called for what they said. Let me tell you, that he know what goes on. If I read a George Bush Senior book, and he talks about when he was president, he go in one neighborhood, he see racism. Now the mind it can mean so much more in those format because everybody got picky mindsets. Everybody got different narcissist mindsets. We can't blame this on one society of those things are what we talking about. So if we blame it on one society, how can we get it on one color? We gotta blame it on the mindset of what we talking about. It's the business, it's the communities, it's the society parts. And you have to understand that's a threat. Even now I'm talking about this, you making it a threat because the black don't want that to be here. They got picky mindsets, and all of them got different mindsets. They stuck up, they have hatred, they don't want to move around in the deal that we say we are. But look, the more minds stuck up, and whatever that is, how can we understand it? The principle of the goals. I understand you, but how you I understand what it means. Right now, I want the girl to like to know I am right now. I'm telling you right now, I am. I'm gonna tell you something. I have the universe and I have the mind of the universe. I have different plans. I have it in my solar system spirit. I have the vision of understanding the universe of it. But if you get these politics and power and they do the things that they do and they neglect that for the people just because of vote, God didn't care about a vote. And that's the difference between these things in history. And we didn't care about that. God cared about sight. He had the people, opinion. He had the people opinion and numbers. He had a little numbers, but he didn't. But let me tell you what that God listened. But God was still able to make rules. By listening, he was able to stand and go off of what he learned and what goes by. Look what Joe Biden doing. Look at Donald Trump. Look at his stubborn and people making you fight because of a society that's been thinking about themselves. A society that cares about themselves in the business. Baby, I've been on this road since 14. I've been on every job interview, job fairs when I was 14 years old. But if you dealing with those things and and people with negativity, I can't worry about things. It's the people. It's the people. Look, my family just stayed in America. I'm not staying here. That's the problem here. I'm not going to stay where when people are trying to capture the racial environment because they know a black man is doing this. Why can I speak how I feel, how a black narcissist act with a white man? How can I not speak how I feel about when voters come together in those formats? Because their opinion. But I tell her, like, I bet you she got a million niggas on her that fighting for her mind. She's speaking about things. But you got a million men manipulating your mind. And you can't go your way. You're a female lady, but you depend on them. The mindset of you can't go your own, have your own vision and see for yourself as a. It seems like you're a beautiful black woman, but can you understand being a beautiful black woman to understand the mind that God gives you, the guidance to yourself to find what you truly live, find what you truly mean, not by men, not by other people telling what to do, by sight or opening your mind and your spirit. That's the most qualifications of what we talking about here. Those are the most qualifications of what we talking about here. So Joe Biden need them, and Joe Biden gonna every president gonna always lose, and that's the problem of you're not really winning, but an election. You're not really changing what you changing of the floor mat of it. So those are the things of what you're talking about. We dealing with conflict, but you got to be up in a society where you don't have to open up. And they want things their way, and then the mayor called for voter. The numbers are more greater than the voters. The numbers are more greater than a politic that fight for the attention, but they don't fight the love of God, and that's why they never found God. That's why people need people, and they don't. That's why the love of God, they lie with God. They lie and think, lady, because I'm dealing with so much today, and I'm asking people to have peace and let me have peace. It's their point of views. I'm not worried about what a black person got to say, what white got to say, because they got their own opinion. Baby, this is God. Hatred designed to do it. And then when a person get beat, it's the black and white fault. They didn't want to tell it because the hatred of not trying to understand God. Want to lie about, and people getting angry because if I tell people to respect my boundaries. You can't keep putting random behavior on people because or how you feeling at the way you doing things. You need to go find him something else to do. I'm not for it, homie. I'm not. And that's what Governor Abbott's dumb self stalling for. Because a conflict of people want their own life and their own opinion. We talked about this in many language, how family trying to draw because they gotta work in a society where racism at. Where a black man got their own opinion with a black woman. Guys, I'm not gonna put my opinion and stop my growth because they got an opinion. They got an opinion. They want to play games. Let me tell you something. I'm getting my money this month. I'm getting my money, and I'm gonna buy another computer. I'm gonna buy something. I'm gonna buy another computer. That's what I'm gonna buy. Yes, I'm gonna buy something to focus on, not focus on a black man that don't care and a black woman, and people doing things they don't post it because they want the attention of stupidity. Baby, my education have been full. I've been an educated person. But the thing is, the domain of those things you're talking about is not the understanding of what those things is. Baby, I've been on this road a long time. You know, I have marched in parades. I have did everything. It's the pain of the society that's counting upon. If you talking about life, if you talking about what they doing and how the people are in the society, you can push your point of views on God of hatred of men because none of them in America believe. They only believe in what they want to believe. And Joe Biden go off what the people say, but not of the spirit of God. That's the difference what we got going on here. And we talking about people and God. You can't get the concept of those things. But a woman need to know what are you talking about? What are you talking about? The concept of what you talking about. And people want, baby, I'm not scared because of the negativity they're gonna do. We got intimidation, we got bad misconduct, we got all of that going on in the situation. But why I gotta be bothered? A family got their own difference of opinion, that's their problem. I'm not gonna let people or racism put me in a situation because other black got a problem. That's not gonna be my problem. Like when the mayor won that vote, he won it by saying racism word how black narcissists feel of a mayor in Dallas. That's how he feel. That's how other black mindsets. And people slam it. I don't care because of how they feel. I'm not gonna take all of that, man. Nobody don't got time for politics. You tell a family that's what the black and white wants. They care about themselves in this society. Then they act like they care, baby. I'm not out to let you knock me off the topic because how you feel, how you direct, and how another black man and a black woman feel. He's slamming doors, man. You're not gonna agitate me, man. You're not gonna. I say respect my boundaries. I want my boundaries respect. I got the right to speak when black and other people acting. I have to let go of a lot of people. I'm not gonna handle that, man. Nobody ain't worried about these black people, man, how they acting in this society. They want that nigga, go after that nigga. But I'm talking to people in the UK. I'm doing all of these things. You think I'm worried about them when I'm talking to other people in other countries that I can grow a bind with? But American women and stuck up some of American women acting like they acting. Nobody don't want to deal with that, man. I can meet the most understanding woman ever, and I can have a great conversation. She can talk about her dog with me. She can talk about all of those things with me. We can talk about what we want out of a relationship. What she want when she come to America, and she always wanted to come over here. That's the difference between that. But we understand what is the problem in the domain of the situation. So that is the problem of what's going on here. So how can we understand what those things? The concept of it. She got to give me concepts. She got to give me. None of them can get because they conflicted. They conflicted of it. They conflicted of being manipulated by the society of emotion. Can a woman protect her mind and her spirit from other manipulation on social media? And certain friends that just want something, you got to be able to see certain things that what you can't understand. But how can we understand that and the politics playing a part? Joe Biden doing the work of a society of the narcissist. And do you want somebody to fight for something that you know was should have your power and Trump? That's not he no. When he know he's wrong. That's the difference between politics and stupidity. We do history. He go off with the people, not history. That's what Trump is. What history? How many? Let me tell you, I want to tell like something. How many businesses sued America? How many disability people sued American corporations? How many disability didn't get a job through the years before the 2000 because a narcissist black and white behavior? We can talk about these things and how society act. What did Trump do? He followed the narcissist, black and white. They're all mixed in together. But how can we understand the crucial part of it? How can we understand that? A woman can't even protect their mind from the outside. They always going on social media instead of picking up a book and doing what they need to do. Instead of listening to other niggas, you need them to show you certain things. Why we gotta understand those things in those areas? But how do we gotta understand? But a woman that can't protect her mind from stupidity of men or what other men have. That's the difference. You gotta learn how to start from the bottom to work your way up to get somewhere. But you can't do that over stupid women. I don't got time for it. That's what I don't got time for it, man. I can handle all my issues with my ex. I said, all right, we sorry. We can do all of those things to each other. And my dad can say, not time yet, and we can move forward. Those are the things we understand. We both understand. Can a woman have her own power? Let me tell you what I mean about it. Can we go sit at a Starbucks in a Books and Novel and have a book and be like, what's on your mind today? When we just sitting at a book. Can we hear each other out? I want to know what you think, and if we sit together and read books together, or how we feel if we go to a Starbucks, or how we feel together if we sit in the Starbucks together. How would that feel And how would we do that situation? If we bring a guy friend, how would he observe the conversation? All of the he bring girls. And we all sit at Starbucks, and we all sit at how would that is? How would those conversation will be? Baby, I didn't have somebody walk away from me on a porch and had a baby by somebody else because of not giving me time and not telling me how she feel. You think I'm going through a lot, baby. I'm going through a lot behind certain things in my life with certain people in my life, but not expressing how she feel before she had and she did what she did. At 14 years old, I'm working, but a girl telling me I'm talking. Let me tell you, if you're a teenager and if you see something wrong with your woman, you're gonna tell her to fix her hair. Baby, can you fix your little circuit? You looking pretty, your shirt look pretty. Then when you go out. And that's what you gonna tell your teenager girlfriend. And your girlfriend, your teenager girlfriend is gonna tell you something that you need to change. You need to you need to put on some deodorant. You need to put on this. You need to do this. You need to put on something. But a woman don't understand. How can you talk down on a woman and a woman? And I'm telling you, for you, I need you to fit your hair kind of good, your shoes. Can you tie? I'm not telling you these things that I'm putting you down. She don't know the definition. The put down, the definition of somebody put. Oh, you are never gonna make it. You ain't never gonna do this in this situation. Nobody never put her down. Baby, can you fix your hair? Can you fix your shirt? Can you do the things that you need to do? I'm not telling you that because I'm talking down on you. You need to know the definition of somebody talking down on you or somebody wants you to look good when we walk out the door together as a teenager. I want you to tell me if my shoes on the wrong feet or my zipper need to be pulled up. I want a girl to be able to tell me these things to understand it because you care. But if I didn't care, I'd just let you do what you want if I didn't care in that relationship when we was teens. So I like if I didn't care, I wouldn't have told you about nothing. I would just walked out the but baby, come on, we both gotta look good for each other. You got your high heels coming on. I was loving them high heels that Christina had. Baby, you looking sexy as hell as a teen coming with your little heels on. Your little teenager heels. I'm not telling her to put it down. But at 14, I'm working. I'm going to schools. I'm going to colleges. I'm doing stuff. I'm going to job. I'm doing a lot of things. But like a woman got to understand the concept of my situation. I just had a friend Kiwi not too long ago, and I found out he got a brand tune. I just found out my brother found out before I did. And he said, Hubert, I don't tell you. Sometimes I didn't tell you because I know you always busy. I the concept at 14 and 15 years old, I'm busy. How can I understand that I didn't have time to play, sweetie? At 14, 15 years old, I didn't have time to play. I didn't have time to do those things. And you know what I'm saying? I didn't have time. I played, but I didn't have that much time. I had time for my girlfriend. The definition of girlfriend. When you have time for your girlfriend, when you can just put every, and she don't know that. I got time for you. I'm going to school. Then I got time for you. But she wanted me to meet Chris. A woman got to understand that you have a lot. When I was in school, you think I was standing in the classroom? You better know me better than that. When she go Christina, I wasn't standing in that classroom at all. We was going places, going to job sites, going to colleges. They don't even. I talked to Billy's sister. When we told her, Billy didn't tell you that we was going to college and doing things like that. We going to other schools. We passing our Avons in other school. No, Billy didn't never tell me nothing like that. Because she would, her sister, they were her and Mark was all raised together. Me and Billy, I can tell one story. If I get on the phone with Billy and Dolores can tell a story about we all her name, she went to she know Chris Palmer, her name, she Mexican, and she can tell a story. Everybody started, I don't like rabbits, Samantha, and we playing pump puff golf, and a rabbit crossed the damn pump puff golf, and I started jumping on it, and all of my classmates started laughing. And how you gonna be scared of a rabbit? That little wild ass rabbit. That's a danger to the atmosphere zone.